Education was a big part of Sarah Dessen's life. Sarah was born on June 6, 1970 in Evanston, Illinois, into a family of intellectuals. Both of her parents were professors at the University of North Carolina. Her mom worked as a class assistant and her father taught Shakespeare. She spent most of her childhood in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, cooped up in her home reading books. She loved to write as a child, and when she was 8, she received a manual typewriter for Christmas. Throughout college, she had many friends who inspired her stories. She studied at the University of North Carolina with a degree for creative writing. She was very smart, but had to work as a waitress after she graduated to earn money. Now she has a loving husband, 1 daughter, and 2 dogs. Sarah Dessen struggled at first, but she pulled through and now writes realistic fiction. Sarah Dessen is a best-selling young adult author and has written many books and short stories. Sarah's 3 most popular books are Just Listen, The Truth About Forever, and This Lullaby. Her most recent book was Along for the Ride, and she's working on a new one but won't reveal any information yet. She used to write for older people, but her editor said she had a strong teen voice, and she decided to write realistic fiction. I would highly recommend all of her books. Sarah had several sources of inspiration for her novels. Sarah had wanted to be an author as long as she could remember because she wanted to share her work with others. She has many authors who inspire her, like John Green and Laurie Halse Anderson, because their books seemed to stay what she was feeling. For her book ideas, she gets them when something important happens to her, and she builds from there. She mostly writes in her office in the afternoon and works facing the wall so she won't get distracted. Sarah is motivated by things that happen in everyday life. There are many reasons I like Sarah's work, but here are a few. You can relate to her characters. In her books, they deal with common problems like divorce, cheating, fights, and friendship. Her novels have something for everyone, so it's easy to relate to. Also, her books are very descriptive. It's easy to imagine yourself in her books because she describes everything that happens. Finally, she has very interesting storylines. Romantic comedies, her books have unique plots. They keep you reading till the end to find out what happens. Sometimes the endings are unexpected. This is why everyone should immerse themselves into the worlds that Sarah Dessen creates with her words.